let me remind myself. Sometimes you gotta encourage yourself, right? So
You just got all the gospel songs.
I got them all. I used
So-
to, yes.
So
yes.
so here's what I would say to that. First of all, I completely agree.
Yes.
But let's not minimize the work that goes into standing.
Ooh,
Okay?
so true.
Because
So true.
first of all, if you just look at your physical body, without an ACL, that stand gets a little wobbly.
So true.
Without, your hips being in the right place, it gets a little wobbly and you fall. Just standing. We're not even talking about going anywhere. Now, when I say to recover quickly to a state better than before, I think we checked the box on better than before. Okay? I think we checked the box on recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Only you know the time frame and if you feel good about it. Nobody can judge you. You could have bounced forward within 2 months. It could have taken you 2 years. That's a devastating and emotional situation. But I would not minimize what you just went through as far as being resilient, because your thought process was attacked and you won. If you were not resilient, you would have suffered. The kids would have suffered. Your quality of life, you might not have even been able to be here today because now you're worried about not feeling worthy enough for your wife to stay. There's so many thoughts that we have that can prevent us, because resilience lives in here.
I was just gonna say the battlefield.
It's
became
not
a
yours,
line.
it's the Lord's.
It's the
Oh,
Lord's.
okay, I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
But I'm saying it was a battlefield of the mind.
Absolutely.
And we've all been on the battlefields on the court, battlefield of coaches, battlefield of people that's coming. But this situation truly tested me like nothing else in this life. But it was a true battle of the mind. I had to wake up every day and tell myself, you will not fall apart. You will not. You will make it through. You will find a way. You will. But physically, that's the only point I was saying about the action.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really do much. I didn't go over there. I didn't knock on doors. I didn't try to, act the fool. But mentally, I did. I had to do a lot of work to find out what just happened here. And how can I heal? How can I be stronger? How can I make it through? Use spiritual food. But again, it was of the mind, and I feel like it wasn't so much physical action at all, but it was a lot of work. But mentally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of what I was saying earlier. I feel like resilience, and I agree with you, recover quickly better. I just think that to just kind of be devil's advocate, I've met a lot of people who think they're resilient just because they move on so quick. Or they fight, I gotta move on because it don't affect me, but it really do. And then that fake resilience, like, I overcame that. They never took time to deal with it. That's why I say it's about your mental when you are being resilient. It's not necessarily what are you doing to be in a better place. So should we say over time, like some stuff hurts, some stuff is just not like, okay, I got it. I'm about to say, like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like being resilient, like injuries, that's not okay. Nobody come off the surgery table like, all right now.
Let's go.
Like it's hard, so I think like it's your mindset in being resilient because like I said, I've met a lot of hurt people out here hurting people because they think they're resilient, they think nothing affects them, or they moved on so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think like when you say that, you gotta let people know like for y'all people who think y'all just strong, no you're not. It's okay to have time to be overcome, cause there's a lot of people out there that they think that they're fake resilient. Like, no, sis, you need to, them people who jump in relationship, baby. Recover.
You missed quickly. Like, we're beyond that, but you needed to
Can I
go.
piggyback on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like being resilient doesn't mean the absence of feelings though either.
No, absolutely.
Because I have like a 24-hour rule me and my mom have. Like, I could cry, I can complain about something for 24 hours, but when that 24 hours is over, you have to start finding solutions. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt you. Like, yeah, we're all still hurt. It hurt me that I kept tearing my knees and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, what are you gonna do about it? Are you just gonna so that's why I think where the resiliency comes in is just like Bree said, just kind of like the mentality and the mindset Otherwise,
but
you're
I
just
think
gonna, you know, doesn't mean that you don't cry and still feel, but like I said, when the 24 hours is up, my mom's like, we gonna cry about something else, but we're not gonna cry about the same thing that we just cried about, because what are you gonna do about that? Like, you have to
And I
have a solution, you
I
know?
just feel like that's, I don't know, I agree with you to a certain extent, like, it's some things you just can't go that fast, you get what I'm saying, like, some things, baby, I need to cry a little bit, okay, like, a day, I may not have to tell you every day I'm crying, but like.
No, maybe my mom is just
We
saying
ain't
she
got
don't
that
wanna hear
long,
it.
I'm gonna.
But here's the thing, like, let's say you get injured on the court, you're sprawled out, you only could lay there for so long, then the game is going to keep going, with or without you. You know, I remember, I mean, I learned this at an early age, hurt versus injury. I'm like 9 years old, okay, 9 years old, playing for this nice club team, and I get hurt. Where I'm on the court, I'm spread out on the court, probably in tears. Actually, I'm a G. I wasn't in tears, but I was feeling pain. I was feeling pain. And so my coach comes over, he squats down, and he says, "Are you hurt or are you injured?" I'm looking at him like, who said it? Who said it? I don't know if you guys watch Sanford and Son.
Yes.
That is my show. I'm looking like, you big dummy. I'm like, what? And so he proceeds to say, well, if you're hurt, you can get up and keep playing. If you're injured, then we need to, get you out of the game and figure something out. And from that point, like I'm telling you, I was 9, maybe 10 years old. From that point, I understood the difference of being hurt versus injured. And that has carried me on through my life, somewhat to what, tell me your name again. Chelsea. Yeah. Similar to what Chelsea said, when I would get injured in the game, I had 13 seconds. I had 13 seconds to figure out what was going on before I made a decision. Like, you gotta move quickly. After 13 seconds, it's like, what's next? Now, when I broke this finger, I was holding it, and for 13 seconds, I was like, okay, I could do it. I go back out to play, this finger's pointing that way. I was like, okay, so maybe I'm injured. But I had to quickly decide, like, what was going to happen. And that's the whole idea with resilience at get-go.
To your point, I think resilience happens, like, you get better at it too, because like the first time you experience it, it's like flow, it's like the wind gets knocked out of you. And then the next time something comes, because you learned from the situation before, I think your response time can be faster the next time.
Absolutely, and especially when you have all these little adversities that you keep, you keep overcoming. Like, then you start to develop tools, like, okay, I got 24 hours. That is a whole tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we end up creating our own resilience toolboxes to get us through various situations. You guys took me way to the end of my presentation, but it's all good because I like the conversation about resilience, because I find that resilience, or the lack thereof, first of all, I believe everybody is resilient. We just have different levels. Some people, just like everybody has a gas tank, some people are riding around on fumes, okay?